Hello, everyone. This is Laura with Journey Home. I'm back again with another reading. Like I said, I'm hoping to start doing frequent readings, possibly 2 a week, or at least once a week. I wanted to hop on here now because I'm feeling a lot of energy and a lot has been coming through. And I would like to do an update on both the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. So thank you for joining, and I'm just going to get right into it. I'm going to start with this first row here on the bottom. And with this one, this was specifically, I was asking Spirit about what's going on with the Divine Masculine as far as his challenges. Whether that be a person, a situation, an addiction, whatever it is, I wanted to clarify what exactly is going on. And this is what came up. First, the Broken Arrow card came up, and it says, embrace the energy of peace. Now, at first glance, I was thinking that this possibly meant that they were at peace with what was going on. But as I went deeper into the information, I found that what I think that this really is saying is that there's been sort of a break in the protection of the things that the Divine Masculine was protecting before, whether that be protecting and making excuses for an addiction, making excuses for a relationship that isn't working out, whatever it is that is not honoring his truest, deepest self that he before was kind of telling himself that it was okay and that things were okay. He's no longer at that place anymore. He's not protecting these parts of himself that are not honoring who he truly is within. And I think that was confirmed once this card came out as the second card, Protection Guardian. And again, can you see there? I'm not sure. At the end, at the bottom, it says drop your shields. So here, it's about releasing fear. There's a lot of fear that's kept him kind of imprisoned, and he hasn't been able to fully let go of that, and that's keeping him stuck in places that he does not want to be. And the final card that came up is the Druid. So hold the space. And what I'm seeing here is the Divine Masculine is finally at a place where he feels like whatever he's been doing to just try to get by, he's realizing that that's exactly what it is now. This is not the life that he wants to live. This is not the relationship that he wants to be in. This is not the journey that brings him happiness and fulfillment. And he's starting to realize that. He's starting to realize that these challenges are there probably because he's refusing to break out of fear, and he's letting fear and shame hold him back, and he needs to release this in order to move on. So let me pull up the next row over here. So then I asked Spirit, how is the Divine Masculine feeling about the Divine Feminine right now? And actually, this is how they came out. So that was interesting. Got the Broken Arrow for how he's feeling about his challenges or karmic relationships or addictions. And then I got the arrow here for how he's feeling about his feminine. Surround yourself with protective energy. What this is telling me is that he's finally realizing that he needs to protect this sacred union. It's something of importance. It shouldn't be put to the side, and it should be made a priority. And he's starting to see that. He's slowly shifting into that now. And you can see it's confirmed here because he is then going to step into the Lord energy. This would be the Emperor in traditional tarot. Let's see, can you see? Take charge with authority. So he's realizing that he needs to protect the sacred union and that he needs to step forward to it. And he really needs to let go of that fear, let go of that feeling of just needing to to get by and step up and be who he truly came here to be. He's realizing that he's got a divine mission and that it is the time, and that the only way that he's going to reap the rewards of this is if he finally steps up and protects what needs to be protected in order for him to truly achieve the balance of divine masculine and divine feminine within himself and step towards union. And again, it was confirmed again with the stag card here, trust and thrive. So this lets you know that there's a great future for him ahead if he can do that work, if he can let go of those final pieces, if he can clear out those challenges that are making him stuck in fear, stuck in negativity. He can step forward to his divine feminine and they will thrive and there will be abundance if he can take on this leadership role. But he has to get there. He has to do the clearing. Cut ties, whatever it is, whatever he needs to do in order to make this work. I think the last reading we were talking about how it's all there. It's in his head. He knows what needs to happen. He just needs to actually act it out in the physical reality. So let me go on to divine feminine. So I asked, what's going on with divine feminine? Where is she at right now? What does she need to be focusing on? And spring came up. Again, I said before in my last video, these seasonal cards come up all the time for me. So spring, and let's see, can you focus? I'm not sure if you can focus on there, but it says, see your seeds grow. So what this is telling me is that divine feminine, you have put in work. You have done the emotional clearing, you've done the past childhood work, and you've started to plant some seeds as far as your mission work goes. And you're starting to reap some rewards from that. Maybe here and there, you're getting some encouragement from people. People are letting you know that it is time for you to bring your gifts forward and that there's a lot that you can do for this world and that you do have a mission and that there is more to life than what we think. Based on what the matrix is always telling us, that you have a divine purpose and you came in here with a purpose and you're starting to remember that. And this is really a beautiful time for the divine feminine. But at the same time, spring is here with autumn. And autumn is release the old and rest. So there's a little bit still going on with the divine feminine that needs to be released. There's still some doubts, some fears, ego-based fear, thinking, how am I going to do this? Is my divine masculine really going to step up and be the masculine who he's destined to be? And the divine feminine is still in her head a little bit with worries and fear, but not all the time, because she's starting to see that there are rewards coming. And also rest. Rest is really important now. There's not a lot that has to be done. It's really about patience right now for the divine feminine. And also, there is the trader card that came up. So exchange energy to create abundance. So divine feminine, this really is the time to reframe any thoughts you have regarding money and how money is made. I think that there are many light workers, there's many star seeds, there's many, whatever you want to call, spiritually minded people that are part of this tribe that have come to raise the frequency of the earth and bring down 5D here onto earth, that have maybe not looked at money in the most positive light because there's so many people that have abused their power with money and have used it in a very materialistic way and have kind of hacked the system. So it's hard for us, those that are coming in with these spiritual gifts, to understand that we do deserve abundance and that money really is just an energy exchange. It's not supposed to be something negative. So if you're really actually putting something positive out there, then you really do deserve to be to be compensated for your services. And that's something that many people have to really clear, the negativity. There is a really great book. I cannot remember the author, and I'm almost afraid I'm going to give you the wrong title. But it's all about, why do some people make more money than others, and it's really about service. It's about how many people are you serving, and then you get an energy exchange based on the number of souls that you're serving. So yeah, Divine Feminine, really look at how you're looking at your money, and you don't have to continue to stay trapped in this state of feeling that you're not worthy of reaping your rewards because you've planted the seeds, and it's time to start reaping the benefits. But again, it is still a time of rest. And that was confirmed in some other cards that I pulled up. So let me set these out here. So these also came out for the Divine Feminine. What was interesting is a leg up card came out, which really means that you don't have to do this alone, and you're not supposed to do this alone. And right now is really a time of finding your people, your soul tribe, the people that have come here to help you with your mission. So if you've got friends or possibly even family members that you really feel a deep connection with, and that you feel like you can trust, and that are really going to help push you forward on this twin flame journey and to help you to complete your mission and the healing, reach out to them and be with them. And it is the time. It's not the time to hide who you are anymore. It's the time to let go and be who you really are. Just stand in your authenticity. Again, here we go with the resting, a time for a nap. And for me, what this really is confirming is that the need for patience. I feel like that comes up so much for the Divine Feminine, because what's happening is the feminine energy comes in with creation and emotion and inspiration, and the masculine energy is very much about rooting and grounding things here on the physical plane. So it often looks like there's not much going on, or the masculine is behind. But what really is happening is he's setting the foundation here in the physical plane. So there's a lot of waiting and patience that the Divine Feminine has to a lot of challenge. That's like her main challenge, is to be patient and to wait and have this inner knowing that things are really going to turn out all right, even though if in the physical it doesn't look that way, because the physical world can be really deceiving. That's why it's so important to go into meditation, to go into connection with your twin soul flame in the 5D, so that you can relax about what's going on here in the physical world. Because if you keep looking at the outer, you're not going to be able to relax and truly allow things to come to you. There's going to be a resistance that's not going to allow you to receive. Next card that came up was the co-create card. And again, this really comes back to that it is time to step into your mission. You are a spiritual being, Divine Feminine, who came here to co-create with the higher power. You are able to bring down information from the higher realms and then ground it here on in the physical reality and make it into something beautiful. It's really a time of transformation for the Divine Feminine. She's starting to realize that she really has the power to do whatever she sets her mind to, and there is a mission that you came here with, and it's really important to take time for in meditation to try to figure out what that is. That inner child work really helped with that too, because there may be some gifts or talents that you came into the world with that you have not been acknowledging. And it's time to look back at those and get back into that creative energy. Be playful with it. It shouldn't be daunting. It shouldn't be a daunting task. And flexibility here. Flexible came up for the divine feminine too. So when you're getting into that playful energy, it'll allow you to be flexible. It'll allow you to go out of your comfort zone and embrace that kind of wild, playful nature that will allow you to bring in paradigms, new paradigms that are not set in the strict kind of by the book energy that we have now here on planet Earth. We really need people to step forward and be extremely creative and not be afraid to be who they truly are and bring about new projects and bring this new energy that really is going to transform Earth. And I did another reading just to confirm what's going on with the divine masculine right now. And actually it came out this way. So it's interesting that peace came up. And what I'm thinking that this is coming from, at first it seems like there's a bit of a contradiction, because you can see here you've got peace on one side and chaos and conflict on the other. But what seems to be happening is this inner spiritual world, the inner union of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, is bringing a sense of peace to the masculine. And the masculine energy is beginning to see that there is more than the physical reality, and he's being called to his mission, and he's finding comfort in that, and he's finding comfort in the divine feminine, and he's really starting to feel that union energy, and it's bringing a sort of peace to him. But here in the physical world, he's come to the edge. So he's really at a place where he's realizing that his outer reality is not reflecting this peace that he has on the inside. So again, it's about him stepping into his power and actually taking action so that the physical world can reflect what's going on within him. And what that is going to bring, fortunately, actually, because the only way to grow is through conflict. That's how we grow. We grow through conflict. If everything was easy and if everything was just smooth, we wouldn't make any progress. This is what life is about. It's a constant battle, really, to kind of find our inner peace as we are confronted with the challenges that we meet in the outside world. And here, so chaos and conflict came up because as the masculine begins to realize that he's not okay with the way that things are, and he starts standing up for himself, and he starts taking back his own power and stepping into that emperor energy that we saw in the other cards, he is going to start getting a little bit of pushback in his reality. And I feel that the divine feminine has already went through this. She's already felt that she didn't fit in, that this world just wasn't exactly what she was feeling in her soul, and that there was a conflict between the spirit world and the physical reality. And I think that the divine masculine is starting to reach that point right now. So there's chaos and conflict around him. He may be having arguments with people around him. He may just not be feeling, he's not getting filled up. He's not finding joy in the things that brought him joy before. And it's time for him to move on, and that's going to bring some kind of uncomfortable feelings that are really actually going to push him forward. So this chaos and conflict is what is going to eventually bring the peace. So if he can push through this, he will be able to manifest this in the physical reality and step into his emperor power. and move closer to union, and also step into his mission and take on a leadership role, whatever that may be. But he's got to stay in this energy of protection, of protecting what is important to him, and not allowing himself to be led astray by what's happening in the physical reality. So for both the divine masculine and the divine feminine, this is really a great time to keep going inwards and finding that peace within, and going to times of rest and relaxation and meditation, because there is going to be chaos and conflict, and there's also going to be a lot of waiting around for the feminine. So if we can go into that place of inner peace and tell ourselves that everything is going to be okay, and that it's okay to be in this place of uncertainty, it will allow the journey to go a little more smoother. And I think that's all I have for today. I hope to be back here soon with another update. But until then, many blessings, and thank you for listening.